in the zoo, a lot of people are angry now. If we bring up the matter of Nnamdi Kanu, we don't have to be looking at who is supporting and who is not supporting. We have to go together and unite and move on so that everybody will show their anger by making sure our leader, I am crying, Nnamdi Kanu's health is deteriorating. We make sure our leader is released. Thank you. I submit here. I'm still listening.
Thank you. I will just come in here. This issue of protest, Maze Simon Ekpa, the Biafran Prime Minister, he said it. Somebody's mic is still on. He mentioned it either a few weeks or a few months ago that we're going to activate a protest worldwide again. And the date is yet to be announced. So I'm pretty sure it's something that is on the table, still on the table. And he mentioned that we're going to go on a worldwide protest. You can go back and listen. I don't know which day, but if I'm pretty sure a lot of people here still remember when he made that statement. Um, so we're waiting on the day that he's gonna announce that protests will resume, and then we'll go on the protest. For now, I want you to really understand something, Chairman. The protest that we're talking about, it's no longer just a protest for please release Mazen Namdekano. It's gonna be an awareness protest. Whatever that's happening on that's why Goodman said we are on a liberation. It's no longer a protest; it's a awareness protest. That's what you will call it. It's not to let them know that what is happening, what we are doing in Biafra land, we are no longer looking for them to beg us. We Biafrans will release Mazen Namdekano. It is Biafrans that will release Mazen Namdekano. That's always been the point of this whole media that we are propagating on media, to always let our people know that if you're waiting on the international communities, they said no protest, but no, they actually stopped the protest because I remember we had South Africa protest. We had some, even Mazi Simonet, but went on protest in Finland. The video is still out there until the criminals stop all protest. But just to answer your question, yes, I think that option is on the table, and that's a good suggestion. And the Dragon has already made a statement about it. We are just waiting on the day that he's going to say, all right, protest activated, and then everything will start. And whatever, because our job is to always give voice to those on ground, because they are the ones that are doing the fighting. What we're going to be doing is to say we support whatever they are doing. We support them. That would be what our protest would be, and I believe Barawa Sani is also here to shed some light on there. And it's good that you brought it up, because now people will also get to, those that didn't know will also learn from what you just said. Go ahead, Sonny.
Thank you. The first who will always stand, but I don't want you to be the last. The person that raised the issue had a concern, and like the first actually picked on it. A protest or a worldwide protest is awareness, but that is not what will release MNK. It is you as a Biafran, our determination and concentration and focus in what we do in Biafra land that will release MNK. When we say it is not your protest that will release MNK in international community, don't put us wrong and don't misunderstand us. This is what we mean. Now, Nigerians have been massacred in 2012. To this very, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was protesting in international community. He protested in UN, he protested in UK, he protested in US, he protested virtually everywhere where we had protests, where you had key people in top positions of authority also participating to make sure the awareness, get my point too, the awareness of what is happening in Nigeria is known by every international communities. Since that 2012 to this very day, have you seen United Nations interfering in the kidnapping and massacre and the terrorism of one Nigeria on the indigenous people? No. So the awareness, the international community will not come and help you or to come and save your life. You are the one that will save your own life. That is why we say international community will only fit fat on your bad situation and your day in, day out massacre. But for them to come and sit down on a round table talk and say, stop this or stop that. There is a video of a CNN official. I don't know if it was a CNN official or whether the person that was interviewed was a UK or US Senate member. The question was, why are they overlooking or not doing anything about the issue of Boko Haram in one Nigeria? They said
it was CNN. It was in
Okay,
CNN. They were interviewing one of the personnel from US.
Okay.
So,
They said, why are you overlooking the insecurity ravaging one Nigeria, control, supervise the government of the day with the name of Boko Haram? They said, oh, because it is in sub-Saharan Africa where they have the black skin body, their lives are not a priority and their lives are not important. Then you turn around to see, this message here is about 5 or 3 years ago. Then, when did the Ukraine invasion happen with Russia? Is it not this yesterday? So you see the similarities and disparities that they put in considering your lives and the lives of someone that is a swine's white skin in nature and you that they now call blacks. So they will not come, you are the one that will save yourself. When we were doing, or when we started Sit at Home, since MNK was kidnapped, that Sit at Home was to cripple the economy of one Nigeria, as well cripple the economy of the East so that the governors would start speaking, and also invariably affecting the economy of the international community, especially UN and US and UK and EU, because these people are feeding fat on your oil and gas. So by the time you don't allow the economy to move well, that is when they cry. And if you note, during that time of COVID, there was a report of shortages of supply of oil and gas to US and UK and EU. Because of what? What we did in the sit-at-home of MNK in Biafra land. I understand the concern of the person that said this Directorate of Saboteurs, they killed the spirit of protest for a while, which people should have used to make our voices known. Like you said, they kill. Their own agenda was to kill and destroy. The agenda of DOS was to kill and destroy everything about Biafra. Because that is the agenda of one Nigerian government. That is the agenda of UK. That is the agenda of US. So how did you then expect them to do something different or to be exceptional, which their name implies kill and destroy? So that is why you and I are here today. And if we had not continued to puncture one Nigeria tire with this sit-at-home that we've been doing, you will not even hear of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu name in any way. Today, that the whole world are talking about Simon Ekpa today, if Simon Ekpa kept quiet and then told the path that DOS told in order to collect money and then cancel sit-at-home, cancel every civil disobedience and everything that we did, nobody will now be talking about Simon Ekpa today. Nobody will now connect the dot to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. So those people have actually been a damning effect to what we did. But with your synergy and consistency, with all of you here now, we were able to conquer and we'll continue to move. So our eye should be on the ball. Protest creates awareness, and our Prime Minister had said something about that some time ago, and that instruction is still in progress and will be activated in full force in no time. Then the paramount is what we have to do back home, because if I hit a hotspot now in one Nigeria, where they know with this hotspot I will cripple Nigeria, and then I use it as a ransom or a truce and say, release MNK, else I will not release this hotspot. You'll see that they will run for it. So, for those of you that are into security, you should understand what I mean. Now, we are not talking about that here now, because not that we don't know what to do to bring one Nigeria to their knees to release MNK. Today. We know. But you pave the way and let every awareness be known to everybody that we're not aware. Because I happened to listen to an interview where a 55-year-old man said, from America, he said, this is my first time to hear of Biafra. 55 years. He said, I'm just hearing of Biafra from you guys talking now. I said, wow. So that means if we have not been doing the awareness, you wouldn't have known anything about Biafra. An American. So awareness is very important. Like you said, the protest and also the media awareness. The media awareness is optimum. I can tell you that the media awareness that has been done since MNK was kidnapped has even surpassed what we did when MNK was here. Has there ever been a time where every international media will be talking about Biafra? By the mention of Mazi Simon Ekpa, they are talking about Biafra. That is what brings it to the stream. Check Google, go and Google. For this 2023, just in January, Simon Ekpa of Biafra topped the Google search on number 8. This has not happened before now. So the awareness is going on a very high scale, but we need more to do in where we come from, because that is where we will connect the bigger dots. Above all, everything is important. Nothing will be neglected. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonny.
Thank you.
A wonderful submission. I hope that anybody that the person that asked the question got the answer that you were looking for. And like I always say, it is us, you and me. The effort that we do on ground, that's what will determine Biafra. That's what will determine the release of Bazinam Dekano. That's why we must intensify what we are doing. Just like Baraba just said, what we've done, what we've managed to do in the media has actually done more than any protest in the world that would have done. And that's why we must never let it die. We must intensify it. We must, whatever we're doing, we must put it. If we're putting in 10% before, we must now start to put 100%. If we're putting 100, then make it 120. Because it's going to get worse now, because now they've known that we are no longer miscreants. Now they've seen how serious and resolute we are. That's why even the international media, the so-called investigative journalism, they attacked Simon, saying that Simon made himself prime minister. And so they're getting the message. Any day that they speak about Simon, they're talking about us. But when we were doing protests, how many of them were reporting our protests? None. They barely make the news. Now they are getting the message. Go ahead, Goodman, and then we'll give Fish and then Chika.
Yes, thank you very much. You just hit it where I wanted to hit it. You cannot downplay the power of the media. Protest on ground is good, but without the media to really explain to those who want to understand, how will they get the message? You are just there with your flag, Biafra. They don't understand what Biafra means. Like the House member who came here one day and asked us the question. We were able to feed her and satisfy her, because the media will explain to you, and then you will go home satisfied. We asked her if she's satisfied. She said yes. And then she had to send me a message that she will invite a member of the UN to come and listen. That it is good that we are putting the truth out there. So you cannot downplay the power of the media. You see this media, every Dick, Tom, and Harry has it in their hands. You cannot downplay it. Who wants to go and tune to CNN to watch what is going on there and waste their time? Only the old people. Every young man has one phone. What has the Android or the iPhone? They have it there. They can just be flipping, and then something come across and they want to know, and they get their information. So the media is very, very important. As much as protest is good, the media also is top notch. Thank you, Mazi Akbarawa, for doing justice to the question. Yes, for the first, you can go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go, brother?
Yeah, go ahead, Fish.
All right.
Yeah, I wanted to say hello to everybody. Good morning. You know, I'm in the West Coast, so it might be morning here, but I was born in Moscow, Russia, and I'm going to say that, you know, the Biafran people, they're very courageous people, courageous. And I was not informed. You know, I have to say to Akapara Sani that brother, the first has become the last, has informed me about the Biafran people. I used to say, you know, very offensive name. I'm not going to say it before. But he corrected me and he told me about the history and he told me how you guys have been occupied. And so I can relate to these people. I can relate to these people because we have Russian speaking people in Ukraine which have been demanding their independence since the breakup of the Soviet Union. Since the breakup of the Soviet Union. And I want to clarify again that Ukraine has been part of Russia, the Soviet Union, longer than America has been its own country. So any American that tells you Ukraine is independent country, this is 100% false. This is like saying Nigeria is independent right now. It's false. It's not independent. This country belongs to Biafran people. It belongs to the people, to the Republic of Biafran. It does not belong to the British occupiers that currently occupy these fake Fulanese occupational government that occupied currently and currently still occupies Nigeria. So I can relate to everybody here. I love everybody here. I love the emotion. I love the passion that everybody has here. And I wanted to say, do not stop. Do not stop protesting. Do not stop. This is exponential human right to human existence to protest one's freedom, to protest and stand up behind what he believes. You know, this is one's human right. And this is a very big problem that the Western Empire does not recognize international communities, even if they are small. The only communities they recognize is the ones that they declare are independent, like Ukraine. That doesn't make any sense. They say Ukraine is independent country, but it's been part of Russia longer than longer than America has been a standing country. But they want to send weapons to Ukraine. They don't want peace to Ukraine. They notice their words and notice their actions. They say we are anti-war. We are against war, but they send weapons to war, the weapons to Ukraine. Weapons for what? Weapons for destruction, for killing of Russian ethnic people. Speaking individuals. Is that what the British government wants to do with the Biafran people? They want to say we are anti-war, we are against war, but they want to slaughter the Biafran people. They want to rob them. This is very big problem, and Biafran people not going to stand up and agree with this kind of madness the Fulanese people have created. This is 100% madness, and they are crazy people. These are occupiers. These are worse than animals, you know. Um, Zelensky, Ukraine president, he likes to call Russian people animals, but this is false statement. The animals are the people who support the war. The animals are the people who keep the other people enslaved, and they lie to them that they are free, that you are free, peace and safety. They give you handshake, and they tell you peace and safety, but your people die, your people struggle. People, I was in space, previously Biafran space before yesterday, and gentlemen said, we don't have fresh water in our area. Guys, we need some help. We don't have fresh water. You know, this is very big problem. So people no longer going to stand up to this madness, you know. The gentleman before yesterday said also that they can fool our grandmothers, they can fool our grandfathers and tell them racism does not exist. Peace and safety. Go live in freedom. But this generation, this year, this upcoming society going to stand up for this anymore, because they do not know their future to be in this, you know. And if we stand up now, then later we won't have to stand up, because we have standed up for our future, and our future does not have to go through this suffering no more. So I agree with you and with everybody here, all ladies and gentlemen here, that it is the correct decision to stand up for your freedom and to fight for your freedom, because when we do not fight for this, we lose this. And I love how I think it's the first has become last. He said in previous space before, we the Biafran people are going to get their freedom, even if it requires getting ammunition from North Korea. We are going to get our freedom. So I like that. I like that courage. This is courage, very like Russian people. You know, we are ready to die behind our country, and we are ready to die behind our people speaking the Russian language. So God bless you all, and Biafran people, we love you. We love you from Moscow, Russia. Moscow, Russia, we love you and we support you, and we want to supporting you even militarily, financially, and economically. I hope we keep strengthening relationship and keep going farther and farther. And never give up. This is very important. Never lose spirit. Never lose spirit. This is very important. That's pretty much it. You know, I wanted to be really quickly because it's morning. I understand maybe for some people it's nighttime and they have to go to sleep. So I'm trying to keep it short. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Fish. I'm happy that you're learning, to be understanding, and like I freedom. We always use this guy as a reference. And they said, "Oh, we know all these things, but they're just not important." So we are not important. They can kill us all off because we are not just a priority of how we look. But you know what's a priority? Our risk to UN, all the European countries without visa. They go, they get a ticket to anywhere resources. But the people, the indigenous people, they're not a priority. When somebody makes a statement, do you think that person is your friend? Because if you don't want me alive and you don't want any good for me, that's after killing, after you massacred Biafrans, and you still have your knee behind your neck, and you still don't want to let us go. You don't want to give us freedom to have us of pride. That's why Africans, they die on the Mediterranean trying to cross into Europe. Die on the Sahara Desert, try to cross into Europe. It's not by choice. They're literally being there of home. Literally. How did they get treatment? Really arrive? They get animals like they don't even exist. They're like less than humans. And that person will come and tell me about democracy. She will come and tell me, advise me on human rights. Because now it's affecting you. When it's you, you understand what human right is. But when it's me, somebody that looks like me, they don't even get that choice of human right. That's why they can empower and suppress the news of everything that is happening in Nigeria. They say Nigeria is not at war, but you have IDPs. These are refugee camps scattered all over Nigeria with millions living in it. And you say that the country is not at war. You say you suppress it. You tell me, oh, just make lemon out of lemonade. Try to be peaceful. Be peaceful when the government is directly sponsoring terrorists to attack and ravage villages, to chase ancestral and indigenous people out of their ancestral homes. And you say be peaceful. If you don't stand up and fight for your rights, nobody will. And like I said, I make bold and I say it again. We don't have permanent friends and we don't have permanent enemies. What we have is interest. Anybody that wants the Biafra people to live, to experience freedom, those people are our friends. Those are the people that we call friends. And we will hang on, not even North Korea, we will hang on to the devil. If the devil is what will give us freedom, we will hold on to the devil. Because we don't, at this point, it's worse than being in the zoo. Because if you want to know what hell is, you don't need to die to know what hell is. Just go to Nigeria. Then you'll see what hell is. That's where hell is. They make us believe that there's hell somewhere, there's heaven somewhere, so that we don't care about what we have in our land, so that we can go somewhere else and look for greener pasture. While they are coming at night and they're milking our resources, they will step over dead bodies of children. They say we care about the children. We care about the children. It's all for the children. But didn't we see the picture yesterday in Benue State, where women and children they were massacred, like I believe it was over 30, 40 of them. They're being lifelessly on the street. And these are people that they've already chased out of their home in IDPs, with dead bodies of women and children. Where is their human rights? Who's going to speak up for them? Do they not have human rights? Because we need to know. Are some people now considered more human than the others? Are Africans now not humans? Because we already know that they don't. But you don't have to make it obvious. I thought, democracy, it's all about, giving power to the people. In Africa, that's not the case. It's giving power. That's why in Cameroon, you have a dead body that is still a president. In Nigeria, you have somebody that is already dead. They covered it up, and then they gave us a fake president, somebody that is already dead. And they made us believe that he's still alive and he's a president, because they never care about the people. They tell you, oh, we are the champion of democracy. We champion democracy all over the world. In Africa, they don't care about democracy. In Africa, democracy doesn't exist. It's where democracy goes and die, and it's by design. They don't care. They don't care. They never have. It's if Biafran people, if we decide to let our culture, our language, everything about us to die, so that they can, because they go to these colonial criminal countries, and they study and they come back and they become doctors and professors and you name it. They tell you, for Africa to become great, for Africa to become this big country that we want it to be, for Africa to be this united and become this prosperous country, continent, or whatever you want to call it, or business center, they must let tribe die. The thing that makes you who you are, the thing that makes you what you are, your language, everything has to die so that you can progress. Isn't that crazy? You let your morals, you let your identity, your ethnicity, you let everything die so that you can become what they want you to be. Isn't that crazy? It's only in Africa, but in Europe they can divide along tribal and ethnic lines, and they can prosper according to their own, level, on their own pace. They can grow on their own pace. But in Africa, they tell you you have to die. I think we can read that missionary Bible that we have always posted here, because in Africa they say teach them how to read, but not how to reason. Make them accept that everything that is, that they have inherited, everything that makes them who they are, it's bad and evil, so that they can embrace everything that is white, everything that is European, everything that is made in UK, made in America, made in anywhere but Africa, that you accept that. Just like the president of Russia said, Africa is a burial ground. I wish somebody would post that on the Jumbotron, because we can also read that, because he said that it's where everything goes and die. It's where knowledge goes and die. Dream goes and die. Everything. They loot all the money, they put it in the bank in Europe, all across the world, but in Africa. And then at the end of the day, when they die, they take the bodies back to Africa and go and bury. And you think that anything good will ever come out from a burial ground? You think that progress will ever come out of a cemetery? We must continue. We must continue. Go ahead, good man, and then we'll give believe Chuck or somebody supposed to speak after that. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you the first for that elaborate one. And I want to say a big thank you to Fish for showing up, because when we always see you here, we know we have friends. So we are saying a big thank you for coming around and giving us a tip of your heart. We love you, and we love you, and we must not say it enough that we love you. You still want to chip in something? Take the mic, and then we continue. Take the mic, Fish.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate it for allowing me to chip in. Yeah, what the gentleman that just said, I don't know if progress comes out of the grave. I don't know. Like his statement, I love that he said that. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because in Moscow, Russia, we are a Christian nation. And I'm not going to evangelize or anything. What I'm going to say is that we believe that after the third day, Christ rose from the grave. And he even brought Lazarus, because according to the Jewish religion, and everything need to abide by the prophecy. So the Messiah, he came to his own people and they rejected him. According to Jewish religion, the spirit does not depart the body only after 3 days. So Jesus Christ, the living Messiah, he saw that Lazarus was dead, and he allowed him to stay dead in the cave for over 3 days. And his sister comes to Jesus. She's like, oh, if you had only come just quicker, you could have saved him, because it was already the 4th day. And according to Jewish religion, they believed that the spirit had departed the body already. So they were kind of hopeless, kind of like what this gentleman had mentioned. He's like, so many of our people had died. So many of our people have been buried. Where is our progress, right? That's what he's asking. So here's very interesting point. Here comes a Messiah after 3 days where this person dies. He comes on the 4th day, and he goes inside the cave where Lazarus is sleeping, and he's dead. Lazarus is dead. And he tells Lazarus in the ear, wake up, get up from your sleep. And Lazarus, after 3 days laying in the cave, walks out the cave alive. This is the power of the Messiah, that he came to his own people, which had no hope. They had no hope. Brothers, listen to this mystery. Listen to this mystery very closely. They had no hope. They said, he's been laying in the cave for 3 days. He's dead. Here comes a man on the 4th day, goes inside the cave and tells Lazarus, get up, stand up. And he stands up alive. He's alive. Guys, what I'm going to tell you, that all those deaths of the Biafran people, they will catch up to where? The throne of God. Do not forget. Do not lose hope. Do not forget that God remembers everything. I will say that once and for all. And this is why, I'm going to say it again, why Russia possesses nuclear technology as of today to evaporate and exterminate the United Kingdom in less than 30 minutes for 100 years. They can evaporate the entire country and turn it into an ash field. Guys, do not worry. The United States, they are living in this fantasy world where they believe they can overstep international communities and infiltrate international integrity. So all of this is going to catch up to God's throne. And what's going to happen? God is going to allow somebody on earth to make a decision to punish the people. That's what's going to happen. He's going to say, at one point, he's going to say, I see so much people dying in Ukraine. I see so much people dying in Biafra. I see so much people dying in Syria. I see so much people dying in Afghanistan. How do I solve this right now? How do I? God, he has all answers. He has all treasure, all answers, all technology, all knowledge. So he's going to allow things to happen on earth. Nuclear attacks. Some people are going to disappear. Many generations that previously cried and wept for their ancestors, they're going to live. But many people who their ancestors committed all these killings, all these murders, they will not live. They will not see another day. They will cease to exist, because that is not what God's will what God's will is on earth as it is in heaven. Like all Christians pray. They say, God, let your will, not my will, not Putin's, not Biden's will, not Trump's will. Let your will be on earth like it is in heaven. And God, he does not want war. He does not want killing, bloodshed. So this is all going to be brought to an end, a catastrophic end, huge catastrophic end. You know, for people who do not think there's no consequences to their actions, this is foolish thinking, you know, because even we all, as little kids, we make decisions. It's slapped us on the wrist. They slapped us on the head. They said, what are you doing? This is not right decision, you know? And the morality code, the human morality code, is written in every human heart. So every human by nature should already know that this is wrong and this is good. But if they do not know, then God can make them know. God can make them know. And how can he make them know? Like gentleman said, sometimes things need to die. Sometimes things need to die. Like, for example, sometimes the dollar, the US dollar, it needs to die. Why are people panicking in America? Why are people scared of the dollar dying? Because they know that the moment the US dollar dies, everything dies in America. All wars, all racism, all weapons of mass destruction. Everything is gonna die, including people. Even Americans going to die with their dollars. That's what many Russians even predicted. They said they're going to drown in their dollars because they're not going to convince anybody else to hold the dollars. It will be like a great shame to hold the dollar. It will be like a great shame. Nobody's going to hold it no more. It's going to be of no value. It's going to be useless, replaced. So this is their fear. And it's okay when sometimes things die. We just have to hope that we die for the right reasons, you know, for the good, not for the bad, but because we have to remember that good will always exist in the world. Yes, there will be evil. There might even be more evil in the world than good, but there will always be good, even if it's a little good, some good, a remnant, a small remnant of good and truth. It will still remain, you know? So we have to hold on to that which is true and that which is good to us. And that is the truth. Like, for example, our freedom, our fight for freedom. You know, this is not a useless fight. You know, this is not some kind of purposeless fight. This is a real fight for freedom. You know, this is real reality. You know, we are fighting to keep our freedom and to not get by these Western colonizers who only lie to us. You know, they claim they are bringing freedom, but again, if we look at the free country, Native American indigenous people, only 1%. 1% in America. 1%. Where did the 99% Native American indigenous people who inhabited America before Christopher Columbus, where are they at? The British, they killed them all. They killed them all. There's no Indian Native American tribes left in America. There's only 1%. 1%. So there's their hypocrisy. They like to talk about freedom, but there's no freedom even in their own country. Even in their own country, there's no freedom because they're hypocrites. They lied to the indigenous people of America. Indigenous people of America, not some American Texas with a cowboy hat. This is not American. This is fake American. So this is locked problems, not going to make them solve their problems very because you cannot overstep. You cannot stepping on people and thinking there's no, you know.
On his mic.
Thank you, Faith.
Thank you.
Oh, there's, yeah, I'm going to drop down as a list to bring more up people and speaker space.
It's all good. Appreciate it. You know, you said something that is very striking. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That is a very great word that you just brought out to the fore. I've not, my mind haven't gone to that, but God's will is gonna be done. You know, I have the first. I have the document is up here. The document from King Leopold II. How they brought God to us, you know, we always, you know, they used everything at their disposal just to keep Africans, to rubbish Africans, to make them look useless and worthless to themselves and to the world at large. They made sure they do everything. Do you know that Britain also destroyed Australian indigenous people? The blacks in Australia were destroyed by Britain. And that is why you see the Australian flag has a British symbol there. It looks like the British flag. They destroyed the indigenous people there. They went to India, dealt with it. They also dealt with the Indians. They went to America, you see, they came to Biafra, the havoc that we are still. So the will of God will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It will be done. And it's not going to take far anymore. It's going to be done. And then they came and preached to you about that document very swiftly. Run that document because that document it's just a leaked one. It was by mistake. They wouldn't leak this to the public. No, never. So somebody bought a Bible, an old Bible from an old missionary, and then he happened to see this document in it. Not that it was intentionally released to the public, no. And that is why we find it very interesting for our people to read and understand where the problem is coming from, where it all started. Because if you don't know the cause of your problem, you will make no effort. There will be no effort to come out of that problem. So let me read the letter. Letter from King Leopold II of Belgium to colonial missionaries, 1883. My brother who reads like a journalist can even read that letter for us because it's very important. Very, very important. As it's me again, you read that. The journalist there, you know how to handle it. Read that letter for us. Have you found it? Is it still here?
Let me go to my laptop and dig it up again.
Who is that? No, it's here on the Jumbotron. It's up here.
Okay.
Don't go far. Pick it up here.
Committee issuing. No. Foreign Affairs Committee issuing.
No, not that one. Not that one. It's on the Jumbotron here. I have brought it. It's up here now. I brought it up here. So the letter of King Leopold to the missionaries in 1883. That's the letter I wanted to read.
Being on Christian. Okay.
You have found it?
I'm looking for it. EKPA. No.
I can read it. It's fine.
I didn't see it.
Trump is here. I think it's the last one, the beginning, the one that is from the beginning. We have like how many letters here? We have like 1, 2, 3, 4.
We have Islamic countries are buying out UN.
No, not that one.
Exodus. Goodman. Twitter.com. Share.
Good man. I'll read it. It's fine.
Okay. I can't find it too. I'll go out and come back.
It's okay. A letter to letter from King Leopold the Belgium to Colonies 1883, and I read reverence and the tax that is given to fulfill is very delicate and requires much tact. You will go certainly to evangelize, but your evangelization must inspire, above all, Belgium interest.
Hold it. Let's take it clearly. Your evangelist must inspire above all Belgium interest. So the missionaries, they are giving them a guide on how to evangelize. Their evangelization is not for any other purpose, but it should be paramountly for Belgium interest. Go ahead. The first, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I had to minimize. All right. Above all, it must inspire above all Belgium interest. Your principal objective is in our mission in the Congo is never to teach the niggers to know God. This they already know. This they know already. They speak and submit to a Mungu, one Nzambi and one Nzakomba.
Hold
And what else
on.
I don't know.
Hold on. It is not to go and teach them about God. They already know God. That is the Africans. You and I, we already know God. So they weren't coming to teach us about God. Do you get the message clear? Go on, my brother. Go on. So they have a mission.
They speak and submit to a Mungu, one Nzambi and one Nzakomba, and what else I don't know. They They know that to kill, to sleep with someone else's wife, to lie, and to insult is bad. Have courage to admit it. You are
Thank
not
you.
going
Thank you. Thank you. We are taking it gradually. They know that to kill, to steal, even to lie, and to take another man's wife is bad. That's to say that we already know about morality. We have morality because they come to teach us morality like the one, the LGBTQ and whatever they call it. I shouldn't bite my tongue. That they are trying to impose on our African leaders to pass people. It should be part of their way of life. They already know we have this morality intact. They already know that we have love intact because if I love you, I won't take your wife. If I love you, I'm not going to kill you. If I love you, I'm not going to be lying to you. So they know we have love, and love is God. None of us have seen God. We can only express. We can only express love. That is expressing God through love. That is the only way somebody can identify you as a child of God is when they see love in you. So we already know God, like they rightfully put it. So it is just for interest. Just interest. That is why these missionaries came. They never came to bring us out of the Stone Age. They never came to teach us how to wear cloth because we were baboons. No, we were already civilized. We were already organized. We already have love. We also had morality. We had an organized society. So go on. Let's see what they did. Go on, my brother.
Okay, they speak and submit to a Mungu, one in Zambi, one in Zakumba, and what else I don't know. They know that to kill, to sleep with someone else's wife, to lie, and to insult is bad. Have courage to admit it. You are not going to teach them what they know already. Your essential role is to facilitate the tasks of administrators and industrials,
You
which
see that administrators and industrials, that is your major attention. That is what you need to facilitate. Your job is to make sure you make these things workable for us. That is your role. Not to teach them anything about God. All you are coming is just a camouflage. Use it as a camouflage. But your main aim is to make sure you capture their mind. Then let us begin to harvest what is in their ground. Go on, my brother.
Your essential role is to facilitate the tasks of administrators and industrials, which means you will go to interpret the gospel in the way it will be best to protect your interest in that part of the world. For these things, you have to keep watch on disinteresting our salvage from the richness that is plenty in their ground.
Check
To
the
avoid
name they call you. You are a salvage. You are a salvage. They never saw you as a human being like them from the very beginning. When they invade you, they never saw you as a human being. But you know, these colonialists, these terrorist missionaries, they came as like angels. They were so nice, they pretended to be so good, and then our people, being civilized, we accepted them. Because if you don't come to hurt us, why should we hurt you? Why? We accepted them, we treated them well, gave them homes. But check out what they did to us.
Okay. Your essential role is to facilitate the tasks of administrators and industrial, which means you will go to interpret the gospel in the way it will be the best to protect your interests in that part of the world. For these things, you have to keep watch on disinteresting our savage from the richness that is plenty in their ground, to avoid that they get interested in it and make you murderous competition and dream one day to overthrow you.
Disinteresting us from our riches in the ground. Is that not the same thing they are doing? Are they not still doing? What has changed? Disinteresting us from our riches in the ground, so that we don't challenge them, we don't get to know about it and then challenge them. Go on the first.
Your knowledge of the gospel will allow you to find text ordering and encouraging your followers to love poverty, like happier are the poor because they will inherit the heaven. And it is very difficult for the rich to enter the kingdom of God. You have to detach from them and make them respect everything which gives courage to affront us. I make reference to their mystic system and their war fetish.
Hold on. Happy are the poor, for they shall inherit the heavens. Now, when we go to this other, it says, be done on earth as it is in heaven. So, first of all, you need to have a kingdom on earth before you start thinking of the kingdom in heaven. Jesus did not say, let your will be done in heaven. In fact, whichever way you even turn it, you have to enjoy the earth before you start talking about the heaven. But no, they turn everything to suit their own narratives. They say, blessed are the poor, for they shall inherit. So, dissuading you, making you powerless, not to look at anything in the land that will make you have a good life as a human being. Do you know spirits? Spirits don't live on earth. Spirits live in heaven. It is human beings that live on earth. The goodness of the earth is for human beings with flesh and blood. Only spirits, because you don't go to heaven with your body, with this your flesh. So they made you forget about where God has brought you into, and they make you focus until you die, your skin decays, you now go to heaven. What kind of gospel is that? What kind of gospel is that? Go on.
I continue. Your knowledge of the gospel will allow you to find texts ordering and encouraging your followers to love poverty, like happier are the poor because they will inherit the heaven. And it is very difficult for the rich to enter the kingdom of God. You have to detach from them and make them disrespect everything which gives courage to affront us. I make reference to their mystic system and their war fetish.
Discourage everything which motivates them, which will make them confront us. Discourage it. All what the gods they believe in that protect their society, discourage them from those gods. Let them become fetish. All those things should be fetish. But what they bring to you, They see them, the missionaries see them now as your God, as your father. Whatever they tell you is what you should do. Discourage them from everything that makes you warlike, because you don't invade us anyhow. We had a Kumeku warriors. Something made them powerful. Go on.
You have to detach from them and make them disrespect everything which gives courage to affront us, and make reference to their mystic system and their war fetish, war protection, which they pretend not to want to abandon, and you must do everything in your power to make it disappear. Your action will be directed essentially to the younger ones, for they won't revolt when the recommendation of the priest is contrary to their parents' teaching. The children have to learn to obey what the missionary recommends, who is the father of their soul. You must singularly insist on their total submission and obedience. Avoid developing the spirit in the book. Teach students to read and not reason.
That is the one that broke the camel's back. Teach the children to read and not to reason. That is why you have Pan-Africa, the pan that is in the sky today. Those people have read, but they cannot reason. They cannot see that the countries they have in Europe is different from the companies they have in Africa. They cannot see that the one passport you can use in Europe to go from one country to the other is impracticable. It cannot work in Africa. They cannot see beyond their nose because they were taught to read and never to read. That is why some of them will even come up here to tell us that for Africa to grow, for Africa to progress, the tribes must die. That is how stupid they have become. We must continue. Go round up, my brother.
All right. Your action, okay. Your action will be to direct. Your action will be directed essentially to the younger ones, for they won't revolt when the recommendation of the priest is contrary to their parents' teaching. The children have to learn to obey what the missionary recommends, who is the father of their soul. You must singularly insist on their total submission and obedience. Avoid developing the spirit in the school. Teach students to read and not to reason. They are their patriots. Their patriots are some of the principles that you must apply. You will find many other books which will be given to you at the end of this conference. Evangelize the niggers so that they stay forever in submission to the white colonists. So they never revolt against the restraint that they are undergoing. Recite every day, happy are those who are weeping, because the kingdom of God is for them. This is the word of God.
Thanks be to King Leopold, the colonial terrorist.
Justice, unmute yourself and before we Justice, go ahead if you're here. If not, Tobechukwu talking.
We want to welcome our ladies to please come and lend their voice. The men have been speaking from morning to this moment. We have not heard our ladies' voice. Gloria, you are here. Faith, you are here. Please come and then make this platform balance. Come and balance the show. You know, we need to hear the ladies' voice. Very important. In Biafra, we will respect our women. We will respect our women. Very important. You can come and take the mic and speak to us, because we need those ladies' voices here, I must tell you. First, what do you say?
Yeah, definitely. If they should request the mic, and then Okay, Amaka is requesting the mic. And Justice, are you here? If you're here, can you give me a thumbs up? That way we know that you're here. Tobechuku, have you spoken? If you've spoken, give me a thumbs up. That way we know that you are here with us. Obi
Okay.
is also coming up. So the ladies are coming up.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ame.
Why are you laughing, man? You called me Ami and you're laughing. You know you're a very naughty thing. Um, First of all, good man, why are you not checking your messages on your DM? Please check your message and share what I just constructed and let just like you guys, because earlier this morning I was listening. I wasn't strong enough to talk, and I heard when you guys were proposing of writing what we have to share for Muslim Bukani. So you guys said it wasn't meant to be individual stuff, so it's collectively we are, writing. So one person can write and then bring it up for you guys to have a look. So I have done that. Mazuka is not here. I've done that. Have a look, and before I tweet it so people can share it. So I've shared it already on your DM, and then you can put it up here for people to have a look, and then if there's anything that they need to edit or whatever, so I can share. If not, I go ahead and tweet it as I do. I hope I'm hearing me, guys. Something I want to say quickly. I'm gonna come back to the Magnum Mecano issue, but I wanted to say that, and then I need to greet all of you. I saw Alahaji, I saw Anthony, Barawa, and Ability, and the rest of others, everyone. I'm gonna be coming back again to make contribution on Muslim Mechanic issue, but I have written, like I said. So I wait for you guys in a few minutes, and then I'm gonna tweet it. Thank you.
Thank you. Sister Obi is here. Over to you, Obi, and then Justice and Tobechuku.
Hello, can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Well done, everybody. I don't know how you guys have the strength. You are doing great job. I must commend all of you, from Dragon to all of you there. You are my strength. Yes, I had somebody that called. He was talking about helping us or giving help anywhere. I want to tell the world, I want to tell everybody that is listening. We have hold so much. We are 99% Christian, but it seems the Christianity we are holding on is not helping us. I, Ada Biafra from Chicago, I will even look for a way to get to Satan to help me. You can't be killing my people. US is watching without doing nothing. UN is watching without doing nothing. The whole Western world is watching without helping us. So what do you expect me to do now? They are killing my people, but all this US, UK, the Western world, they will bring arms to help us to kill ourselves too. When we start fighting back, you see they will go and support the Fulani terrorists and supply them Tekuna jet when they are killing the innocent unarmed Biafrans all over Nigeria, the indigenous people in Nigeria. They've been killing us since till today, and nobody is coming to our help. If you know, is it Israel? Is it anywhere? Even Satan. Did you hear me? Even the devil. I need help now. I don't care. What I want is Biafra lives matters to me, Ada Biafra. Anywhere I can get help, that is what I want now. Nobody is helping us, but Ukraine, Russia fought that they didn't kill up to what they killed in a Hamufu some months ago. Even the one they killed before Easter. Islamization is real. Jihadist terrorist government is killing my people, and you expect me to keep quiet? And the world is keeping quiet? Hell no. What I need now is help from any angle. Is it devil? Is it Satan? Whoever that helped me is whoever I know. So I am using this medium to call on everybody that cares, that respect humanity. Lives of Biafrans matters to me, Ada Biafran, and matters to me. It matters to all the freedom fighters all over the world. The Ambazonia, anybody that is being killed by this terrorist government, we love to save our lives now. This is the time we need help, not tomorrow, not when they finish up. And don't tell me about any Jesus or about anything. The Jesus you know is human first. If you cannot talk or save us now, why are you telling me about that? Physical reality is what I care about, not the story book, not what they told me that I've never seen. I believed before, but now I'm thinking twice about the stories they told me. I am not happy they are killing my people and the world is keeping quiet. And you want me to keep reading one nonsense book, believing in one thing that I don't even know if it exists? These people have been serving Jesus and be crying and calling Jesus when they slaughter them. And you all watch them and you are not helping out. I am not happy. Whenever I open the internet, I see Easter. On Wednesday, Easter Thursday. They killed my people in Imo State and nobody is talking. Till today, all the killings, Python Dance 1, Python Dance 2, Crocodile Smile, Ehamufu bleeding, Ohatia bleeding, Olu bleeding, massacre everywhere in Biafra land. Nobody is talking. We are going to fight back. We are going to fight back. And when we start fighting back, nobody should hold me. We are going to fight back. If you know anywhere you are and you respect humanity, lives of human beings touch you when they kill them. We need you now. I rest my case.
Thank you, Biafra. Thank you for that wonderful submission. For people that never cared about us, they never cared about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the court has said will pay compensation. Still, he's being held in Kampala. A political prisoner, somebody that has been kidnapped. They committed international crime to kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. Still today, we haven't heard any nothing. The UN said release him, pay him compensation within 6 months. Well, I'm pretty sure it's been what? It's past almost going to 1 year since they made that. They came out with that statement, opinion. Nothing happened. We didn't see accountability. We didn't see nothing. And this is not the first time. We saw what happened during the Lekki massacre when over 100 Nigerians, so-called Nigerians, were massacred. They were peacefully protesting, holding Nigerian flags, singing the national anthem. They were mowed down. Over 100 of them were killed and dumped in the river. No international community. These are people that will come and tell us that they respect human rights. They care about human rights. We should listen to them. We are done listening to any idiot. We are done listening to anybody. They didn't talk when Biafrans, simply for demanding their own nation, something that they have. They declared Biafra genocide and mowed down massacred Biafran children. And so somebody want to talk to me about that. Go ahead, Justice. Justice. It's me. It's me. Mute yourself. Justice, mute yourself. It's me. Mute yourself. I think the noise is coming from you.
It is me. Mute yourself. You are.
I'm doing so.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, my sister Obi, thank you very much for that wonderful submission, because honestly, the way we are now, even if it's devil that is going to help us, I will submit to it 120%, because we
Even
can't continue.
the devil know that we have suffered enough. Even the devil know that they have seen. In fact, the devil is even wondering if Nigeria is no more wicked than him. I tell you, they are wondering if Britain is no more devilish than the devil himself. Britain is more devilish than the devil himself. The devil is wondering who created Britain. I must tell you.
I was telling a friend that devil today, God should reconsider the punishment he gave devil. Because what devil commit that God give him punishment that he's suffering today? Britain and the Nigeria government have committed over and over it again. Even the world leaders like America and Britain, they have committed this evil that God punished devil for. They have done something worse than those ones. And today, here we are. But one thing I want to tell our people is that everything this colonial master give you.
Colonial terrorists, my brother. Colonial terrorist vandals. Don't know master them all.
Anything these people give you is in fact is a instrument of oppression. Whether it's religion, whether it's economy, whether it's politics, whether it's democracy, whatever they give you is instrument of oppression. Having said that, I want to tell our people something. I want this thing to be our watchword, because whenever we talk about our freedom, these colonial terrorists, they have sold our mind to money. They always tell us, oh, you need money to do this, you need money to do that. And people like P2P will come and tell you they will change Nigeria from consumption to construction, or construction to consumption. I don't know how you put it. This is what the new colonialists have said to these agents, their agents, to come and tell you that if Nigeria is working, will you be talking about Biafra? And I tell them, yes, even if Nigeria is painted with gold, Biafra is my last hope of preserving these little children that I have. I have 3 little children. Now they are holding American passport. Imanowa Mwichichi. Him ji so ya n'olu Igbo wu. Ichekwa na ọhịa ọma ka ime na ụmụ gị. Ọkwa mụ ochichi ka na ọhịa ọwụkwa ahụ. Isi na ọwa asị. Chike ụmụ ndị vileji ole gara Amerịka mụọ nwa na Amerịka. Ole lọtagoro. Ole. Enwere one headmaster nọ na village anyị, ụmụ ya niile gara America. That man die as an angry man because ụmụ ya niile ha na-enwe nke ịga n'ezi ha na afọ eruo ya. So inyekwe paspọtụ a na-ekwu because ihe ọbụla ha enyere gị ọwụ buti ịma enwere egwu pati ọbasi gụrụ onyinye mami wọta ọhụ were isi bịa were isi. Ihe a na-enye anyị were isi bịa were isi. Ichekwa na imenere ụmụ gị ihe ọma were paspọtụ nye ha ga-eche na amaghị echikwa ene ọwa ama ochichi. So what I'm trying to tell our people is that Biafra is our last hope. In fact, we don't have any other option. Biafra is our last hope. If you like, give your children a heaven passport. If you cannot restore Biafra, one link in a mawuna. That's all I have to tell anybody. No matter, you can play your politics. I'm just looking at them. All these you are Igbo person or Biafran supporting one Nigeria party. I said it. There's no more middle ground. You can't be Nigeria and be Biafra at the same time. It's oil and water. It doesn't mix. And anybody that is Igbo or Biafra supporting, we should not to accommodate them anymore. It's time to tell them in their face, they are not our friends. Let me tell you why they are not our friends. Sometimes you want to be this soft because this is our nature. Our nature is always trying to say, oh, one okay. We can disagree in our opinion. You see this Biafra opinion, there's no disagreement. Either you are for Biafra or you are against Biafra. And we have middle ground. So sometimes what we are doing, Nigeria is hurting us down. Nigeria want to kill us. The world want to kill us because they know what we are fighting for is a just cause. It's something that will bring us to international stage. It's something that will make us to challenge them in everything they talk about. Is it economy? They know that we get Biafra. When we have Biafra, we can challenge their economic policies. We can't go to IMF to go and get money and they will give us condition. We'll be giving them condition. They know that one. When they come to technology, they know we will challenge them in technology. I have a 21-year-old Igbo guy who have never stepped into university, but he's building a robot. He's building a robot. He have never gone to university. He just finished his secondary school, but he can build a robot. You can use Bluetooth from your phone and control and send it to somewhere and get you something and bring it back. It's an Igbo boy, a 21-year-old boy. What are we talking? So they know any day we have, but in Nigeria, that boy will not make any progress. The only option he have is just to japa, to come to America or Britain. Then they will now take that glory. But if we have our Biafra, he will be in his invention and use it to challenge the world. What are we talking about? Is it in science? Is it in medicine? And when we are growing up, did you go to hospital for the treatment of our powerful? You don't go to hospital. Your mom will take you to one shot. Your mom has latter yard.
Yo, Justice, Justice, just round up because our sister Faith, her hand is paining her, so she can make her submission, and then you can come again. You are always here with us.
What I'm trying to say is that, my brothers and sisters, I took some week out of this social media and think about this struggle. And I told myself, maybe we don't have any other option. Biafra remain our last hope. That's the only thing that will save us, save our children, and put us in a situation where our children will always respect us after we have gone. Like MMK said, it's an immortal journey we are, that our name will be here forever. But if we miss to restore Biafra, our name will die. I will never remember it in history. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead, good man.
Yeah, just bring in our sister, our lovely sister Faith.
Faith, you're welcome. Unmute yourself.
After Faith, Ifeanyi will go, and then Agujwegbe before Nwachukwu. Okay, Sinisia. Nwachukwu has spoken before. Okay, so we'll go after Agujwegbe. All right, our beloved sister Faith,
Thank you, my brothers. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for this space again for us to keep enlightening other folks that care to be enlightened about our plight, because we cannot be complacent. So like I said before, if you've been doing 100% before, you need to double it. And we need to double it, triple it, quadruple it, because we need to get our freedom. And it's not free. We all have to sacrifice something: sleep, money, lives, to get it. They're not gonna give it to us. And they will never, because they know who we are. They know that we are the rising sun, that once we are risen, Africa is liberated. And they don't want Africa to be liberated, to be free, to be set free. They don't want that. The UN, the UK, they're keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's unbelievable that your citizen, this man has been living in the UK for how many years? He became a citizen. He was paying his taxes. And they illegally kidnapped him. And this so-called zoo government, jungle government, set him free. And now he's still incarcerated. Unbelievable. Then that makes me think that they're involved. That makes me think that they actually were part of this whole kidnap. For this man to still be in there, they're not doing anything. They're not, because they want to continue milking Biafra land. Oh no, y'all, we gotta rise up. We gotta take what belongs to us. Y'all, we gotta take it by fire. I am glad that many of us are rising up. Both men, women, children, goat, cow, whatever that belongs to us in Biafra, we need to all rise up and destroy the zoo. Take what belongs to us. Freedom is not given, it is taken, and it's taken by force. You guys, if you are one Nigerianist here, still thinking that they're going to give you a referendum, I'm sorry, they will never let us go. We are the light, that so-called country, the useless evil entity. They will never let the light go because they know it will be darkness. But light, we're going to have to take it by force. I cannot like my sister said, right about now, I'll go to the devil to get anyone who's willing to help me free myself. Anyone who's willing to free me, my generation. Yeah, we just have to rise up, guys. Whatever you've been doing before, triple it, quadruple it. We're going to have to do something. If you're giving $50 before, you need to double it to 100. If you're giving 100, double it to 200. Do something. Do your own fundraising. Let them know. Christians, I don't know if they're aware, if they're pretending they are not aware in this country, in America, then they to ask for their help anymore. But you need to do something. We need to help save ourselves, guys. We need to save ourselves. Enough of all this talk. Yeah, we need to do something. Free ourselves. Mazi Nnamdi, free him. He's a prisoner right now. It's unbelievable what these people are doing. But you know what? I know that the end is near because we have men and women like you on this space rising up and speaking up. So let's keep on doing what we got to do and raising that fund, support the people who are on ground. If you can't physically be there, use your finances. Tell your neighbors, do some fundraising, do something, quadruple whatever you're doing. Let us get it, our freedom today. All right, guys, that's all I have for now, but we gotta do something. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, our beautiful sister, Faith Nkwanta. You are awesome there. Like she said, if you used to give $10, try to make it at $20. We have to double our effort. If you can triple your effort, that's fine. We are on the last stage, the liberation stage. And this is time we need to double our effort. Your money for those in diaspora is your foothold on ground. That is your feet on ground. So put your feet on ground with your money. Our men need it. They need it to have more groundnuts so our land can be defended. Thank you very much, our beautiful sister. We'll always love to hear our voices. Yes. Where is my brother Fine? Where is he fine? They have kicked down my co-host again. It's me again. Okay, the next person to go. Let them go while we see how we get Ifeanyi back.
All right. Yeah, Ifeanyi. I don't know what happened to you. You disappeared. I think they kicked you out. But we have Daberechi in the building. Oh, before Daberechi, give me 1 minute. Agujebe and then Daberechi, and then we'll but before Agujebe goes, I posted something on the Jumbotron. It's Sahara News, and those that are on it's those that were employed in the aviation sector of Nigeria. When we tell you guys that everything is Fulani and Islamized in Nigeria, people still doubt us. Go ahead and go look at those that are employed in the aviation, and then see if you can count how many Biafrans that you see on there. Um, it's all Fulani.
Yes.
Fulani.
Sorry,
Uh,
the course will continue. Debarachi and
yeah.
it's me again. When some people speak, they will drop down so there can be space. It only contains 10 speakers and it's already filled up. So there is no way we can get you up right now until some people drop down. Okay?
All
Thank
right.
you for understanding.
If he keep kicking you out, just send Ifani the co-host, and then yeah, send Ifani the co-host. But yeah, we'll go to Agujepe. Send Ifani the co-host. Exodus.
It's all right. Go ahead. The next speaker.
Yeah, hello, my good people. My greetings to each and every one of us. Mazi, good morning. My greetings. I must have to salute you. Salute every one of us that have been speaking, that have been hearing, passing the information is very, very vital to the root, to the path that lead to our liberation. That's exactly what we are doing. So adding to today's topic, UK and UN, the accomplishment towards the evil attitude to Biafrans and our spring leader. Anyway, it's quite obvious they are involved. They are the architect of what happened to our spring leader. Because as we could all remember, after the either 2 weeks of kidnapping of our leader, we can all remember that the Kenya president flown to United Kingdom. To an extent, United Kingdom offered him maybe loan or thereabout financial assistance. That was paying him back for doing their evil deed. They are all involved because they saw Mazen Nandi Kalu, our leader, our spring leader, as a threat. They saw him as a threat. That's what they have been doing right from the onset. When they saw or discover any person rising up, any powerful person rising up in Africa, they will find one way or the other to eliminate or to shut that person up. But they have made their greatest mistake this time around because they think or they think wrongly, because that wasn't a wise decision. Because in Biafra case, that's where their angst will comes out. And their angst has begun to manifest. Secondly, that was a quote from Marcus Garvey, and I quote, he says, a people without knowledge of their past history is like a tree without roots. That is exactly what many of us are. We don't know our past history. For that reason, we are just like a tree without a taproot. But God so kind, many of our people here, with the knowledge which they are imparting to many of us, we have begun to reason very well. We have begun to think twice. We have begun to discover in order to recover. We have recovered our root. We have recovered our past history. And that is the beginning of our liberation. And to liberate ourselves, we wouldn't expect UN, we wouldn't expect UK, we wouldn't expect America, because they are the people that have been stepping on us. There have been people that have been suppressing us in order not to move forward, in order not to develop according to our pace, in order not to use our God-given resources to change our case. For example, if we could ask ourselves this question, why is it, upon all the interest these people have or had in Nigeria, still Nigeria is living in darkness? Upon their interest, upon seeing Nigeria as their source of livelihood, but Nigeria, there's no single development year in, year out in Nigeria. Think about this Ajekuta Steel Complex. How many years that place has been lying dead without no improvement upon all huge amount that have been invested in that project, year in, year out, no single development. Think about this. We have about 4 refineries. None of them are working. Think about it. Why is it all this country, when you come here in Europe, they have 24 hours electricity, year in, year out, non-stop, water, everything. Their citizens are living comfortable. If there is any single accident that happens, you see CNN, you see BBC, you see Al Jazeera, you see all the whole frontline media, they will showcase it, they will televise it, they will report it. But in Nigeria, or more especially in Africa as a whole, all these killings, all this destruction of properties, all this evil against humanity that has been taking place in Nigeria, all this, they don't say it. Rather, they just pick those that they are interested. But the most one that affect the citizen, affect the people, they don't dare say it. So that's to prove to us that these people, they don't mean well to us. So we can only liberate ourselves, because I have seen this world, that this world is like a survival of the fittest. So that is exactly what this world is. So for that reason, we must have to rise up. And by rising up, like tomorrow is our fun day. I'm using this opportunity to call all our people, wherever you are, no matter how little it is, you have to come. They say a drop of water make a mighty ocean. We have to come. We have to come collectively. Either you come, if you don't want to come in person, come secretly. If you don't know how to donate to that pot, call those who knows how to donate. Come out. If you don't want to come out, do it secretly to make sure that that purse is full of resources which we use to finance our liberation. We have to do it. These people, they are not coming without us taking action. They will come when they see that we have taken action, and that our action that will lead us to our freedom. I raise my case. May all thanks be yours. Thank you, each and every one of us.
Thank you. Ifani is here. I want to read something that Barawa posted. Posted it on the Jumbotron. So he says this thing was published on May 5th, 2022. He said, the UN Nation Secretary General Antonio Guterres has proposed the reintegration of repentant terrorists to ensure the absolute return of peace in Nigeria Northeast region. Keep in mind, this is the program that started in 2015. We need to ask them, has peace returned? Since they started reintegrating terrorists into the military, Boko Haram, people that have committed all manner of injustices across the country, have they returned peace? And another one from Sahara News, ISWAP terrorists planning to use drones. Wow. They are planning to use drones and other technology. They are trying to use drones. So what the mayhem that they have meted on the Benue people wasn't enough. They think that now they need drones and other technologies to do more attacks. While the UN and everybody is saying we should put them in the military, we should reintegrate them into the society that they have killed the people, chased everybody out of their homes. But when we say that these people, they are sponsored by the government, we are the ones that are being attacked. Go ahead, Ifani, and give us your submission. Ifani, if you're available.
The first, from what you just read, you see how stupid they see us to be.
Yeah,
that article about Antonio Guterres telling you, oh no, is kind of funny, you know, telling you the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has proposed the integration of repentant terrorists to ensure absolute return of peace in Nigeria. Absolute. You can just underline that word, absolute. Where is the absolute peace? Which nation can they do that in Portugal? Can they do that in any nation of the world? But you see how they see you. You are not human being. Because if you are human being, people will jump out. They will want to jump on Antonio Guterres' face and tell him, what are you saying? What are you talking about? Are you crazy? But everywhere went quiet because this thing was not posted today. This is since May 5th, 2022. Everywhere is quiet. That is how they see you. You are not a human being because no human being will keep quiet and this is going on. That is also why they have kept quiet. If you can keep quiet, it is in your hand. It is not in their hand. They are not coming to your aid. Since you have kept quiet, that is why they are slaughtering in Benue and the international media are quiet. Even in IDP camp, they went there and killed. Everywhere is calm because they don't see you as a human being. Because no sane human being will accept what you accept in that colonial terrorist company you call Nigeria. No sane human being will accept it. We must continue. And then our sister has posted the letter that we should share. I have taken it up here, and then I implore us to read it, and then let us decide if there is any correction to make. We make the correction. If there is none, so we begin to share it. So Akbarawa, and then the first, please, it is up here. Let us take time and read it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Ifan, if you're not ready, Daberechi can speak. All right, go ahead, Ifan.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for the wonderful work you all are doing. We must remain focused and steadfast on what we are doing. I wanted to chip in something on what our sister said earlier, or what our brother Justice said earlier. If you can remember vividly when Britain, at the heat of this struggle, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is hitting them and Nigerian government very hard, they come up with one thing, that every Biafran is now ready to seek asylum in Britain. And you know what it means to seek asylum. Those that are going out, if you're running out, maybe you'll be running out with your entire family. You go and seek asylum in Britain. And by the time maybe 10,000, 20,000 young men and women flee the country because an opportunity has come, if not that God has given us the wisdom to understand and to be able to decode the craftiness of the enemy when he's coming, we would have been swallowed up by now. Our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, told them vividly that what we need is Biafra and not asylum. Because they know by the time you leave and you give birth in Britain, or you give birth in America, or you give birth in any European country, that those children will grow up in a civilized world. By the time you maybe they will be hearing about Nigeria, they've not been here. Maybe after 10 years, when the child is 10 or 15, you bring him to Nigeria. The first time he will come to Nigeria, he will swear never to come here again. Because the place, the whole environment will be toxic. Number one, there's no light. Number one, there's noise everywhere. Second, thirdly, everything is being done upside down. Everything is being done upside down. Maybe on your way from Lagos, maybe you boarded the aircraft from Lagos or Abuja or wherever you dropped from there to the east. That will be okay. But by the time you dropped on the ground, you enter taxi to your location. The type of checkpoints and the way people drive, the way people reason, that's where they will start saying that maybe these people are all mad people. They will start looking at you as their father. Are you trying to tell us you came out from this animal kingdom? That all the people that they are seeing here are insane, that they don't reason very well. And by the time they go back, they will never suggest again want to go to Africa. And by the time you live your life and die, that's close. That is the end of your race. They will never smell Africa. Not until Africa begin to have a viable state, which Biafra is fighting for. So what Biafra is fighting for is not just because there are some persons that they hate Nigeria and they just want to make Nigeria uncomfortable. No. We are fighting to protect the future of this Biafran generation, both the old and the younger ones, to have a sense of belonging. Our brother said earlier, I've forgotten the person that pointed out this thing. I was driving when he's making his submission. He said that the only place you have a transgenerational business is only in a state like America, a state like Britain, a state in Germany, like China, like all these developed countries, like Japan. That's where you will be able to build an empire that will be transgenerational. Your children will grow up and meet that business. But in Nigeria, it's not so. Because the circumstances around will restrict and narrow that business to a particular level that even your children will not be comfortable to continue in that line of business. Because every principle that Nigeria have laid down makes that business a one that is not lucrative. Or maybe that business is lucrative when the father is doing it. Maybe one government will come and bring out one policy that will be directly hurting that business or restrict that business from flourishing. Then the younger ones that are
Ibeto
coming
is
up
one
will see.
example. Ibeto is one example. Thank you. Sorry.
Well, thank you, my brother Dabrichi. Thank you so much. Ibeto is one of them. Ibeto cement now is just a few places you see it, and the price will be very high. Why they did it that way is for our people to lose interest and focus on Dangote cement, Dangote tray, Dangote this one, Dangote that. That's apart. These people have in every ramification, like the memo that was read earlier, in every ramification. They have a target and they are working on it. And it baffles them that now the Biafrans, that this particular Biafrans upon all the African continent, no any other African continent has a program, has a guideline, has anything, laid down rules that they are working on, that have identified that truly this is who we are and this is what we have to do to free ourselves. It's only the Biafrans that has an agenda and they are working on it. Just like the Fulanis has an agenda and they are working on it. And the agenda is just to bring you down and have your land. And Britain's agenda is to have Africa, more especially Nigeria, in a perpetual mental slavery. That way, keep enlarging their coast and then enriching their pocket. So why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is kept down is unimaginable. Like our leader will always say, that Biafra is more than any Biafran can understand. That no Biafran understands what really Biafra meant until Biafra comes. So I'll be submitting here. Thank you, my brothers, and I love the topic that is being treated. There are a lot of things, circumstances surrounding our leaders' inhuman treatment, even violating, even Britain can condescend so low to abandon their citizens' right for a third world country because of interest that they have in black race. Thank you so much. We'll sit by the first. Where is he? The first. Exodus, bring the first.
Yeah. They kicked me out of co-host.
Let me
If
again.
So we're making a big struggle.
you're the first, hold on. Yeah, I will have to bring you down because now they don't want to allow the second person come up. They will tell me you have two co-hosts already. Meanwhile, it is just one that is there. So maybe I will bring you down and take you up again. So their head will be cleared. I don't know.
There's no problem, but there's another thing you would do. Check to see if you have sent the co-host to the first
To first already. Yes, it is
yes,
not
you
there.
cancel that one.
It is not there. I have checked over and over. It's not there. I hope they don't want to bring this place down. I'm suspecting them all.
No, they will not bring it down.
All right. Yes, we must continue. We must continue. The next speaker should be going on while I battle with this. Who was next to go? Ugochukwu, you have not spoken. Biafra and Beyond have not spoken. So let's give to Okesin. His hand has been up before we give to Biafra and Beyond. I hope we understand. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, my brother. That is for Okesin, right?
Yes. Go ahead. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate you all. I wonder where you all got this energy and stamina to be up almost every day. More grease, your elbows. So, to start with, that is the first issue. Is UK UN accomplice to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration? Of course, categorically yes. In fact, I would say that UK are even the masterminds of that kidnap. I'm paid with my last cent. Because Nigeria and the other partners, Kenya, don't have the wherewithal to stage manage such a big day. UK are the masterminders, and they are responsible that he is still in incarceration till today. UN, on their own, I can't see anything united in that United Nations. They are just United Nations of hypocrites. That's just what they are. And they are dancing to the tunes of their big brother, or that's big money givers, the Western world. Other third world countries are just bystanders. They have nothing to add in that conglomeration. They are worthless there. There are certain people that countries that own United Nations, the Western world, are. And that is why they will never do anything to the chagrin of these groups. Because I cannot imagine how a company, an association like that should turn a blind eye to all the happenings on earth today, especially in Biafra land. See no evil, hear no evil, discuss no evil, as long as it affects Biafra. It's inhuman. But we have been receiving it. We take it. We've accepted it. It's our fate. To go further about the issues of media, why we are where we are today, and why we've been so much hated, that makes me to bring the issue of Obasanjo to the limelight. Obasanjo, in fact, has been a clog, the real pin in the heart of Biafran till today. He has never hidden his detest and hatred to us, to the Biafrans. Obasanjo has never hidden his disaffection and all that. That the international press and media has so much hate and dislike over Biafra is because of such people like Obasanjo in Nigeria. As long as he lives, this is Obasanjo, this is the new leader, is it Absalami? All of them, these old cargoes that have had one hand or the other over the Biafran decimation. These men, in fact, they are directly involved over the fate of Biafran as regards and so on and so forth. Because it is what they tell these people that they abide or do over us. I sometimes come across one interview he granted when he was newly released from prison. He was so elated, happy, how Time Warner, his old friend, as he said then, gave him $10,000 because he was in a state of penury. Newly released from prison. First thing he did, he America, his old friend, Time Warner, and was surprised that the man gave him $1,000. Obasanjo said himself. Then I pinched myself, saying, if this man could be so close to such a man, that means the hatred and the blockage of this institution, CAN in particular, could be because of what the influence of Obasanjo about us. And that's a fact. And there are a lot of them in Nigeria that has never hidden to portray Biafra and Biafrans as a null non-entities. Such thing never augur well for us. So that is why we are facing what we are facing. It's not just entirely because of the hatred from CNN or whatever. There are people from us who have never portrayed us as human beings, and they are being listened to. So that is also a part of it. So we should know where the rain starts beating us so that we know where we are going to end or how to evade it. Somebody talked about protest again and suggested we should resume protesting. It is good. But the protests are where there's like us to start is not the kind that we've been indulged in. carnival type of protest where we only come out to display all kinds of festival affluences and a Rio type, that's a carnival, that's a marching on the street. It doesn't bring anything. It will never yield anything for us. In fact, the people we are protesting for, like such, there's a affirmate. They love it. They cheer with us, clap their hands, but it ends there. If we want to protest, let it be protest. Meaningful protest. No music, no dancing, nothing. Serious, to the point. And when people see us angrily on the street, they will know that these people are serious. Yeah, they have something bothering them. Not just coming out to dance around the street and hoping we've made a mark and getting us anywhere. So I'm appealing to the media people, if you are organizing any forms of protest, let it be defined, seriously defined, what the protest is going to look like. Let it be serious-minded protest. Straight to the point. Nothing, no amusement, nothing to laugh about, nothing to cheer about, just straight to the point and extend our grievances to the public so that they know we are aggrieved. That's the only thing that can help us. And I want also to plea to our brothers in the USA. What do we do? What do we do? I think you help us a lot in meeting with your parliamentarians or our leader keeps saying it. The moment you run these people, tell them, meet them squarely and define. Tell them what you want about us. They can do something. You people have an edge over us living in Europe. You can influence your politicians better than we can do here. So please, you guys can do more. Try to engage these people more frequently. Keep reminding them.
Okay, Singh.
Okay, so that is it. Mazi Goodman, is there a way I can send you a broadcast from Major Oka in the 90s? That's in the first coup. I have one of his broadcasts. Is it? Can I send it to you somehow?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, because it's a bit lengthy. I don't know if I can post it here in Twitter or somewhere. I don't know.
Put it on this our message line. Put it here. You can equally still send it to our DM, and you can also put it in this message. The message line here. You can drop it. Send it to Ifeanyi. Send it to First. Send it to me as well. Just share it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So to round up, rather say briefly, I want to remind our people that knowing Fulanis, these people are a species that detest all forms of peaceful and amicable solution. These people don't like to hear peace. They are not peaceful. They don't know it. So anything we are doing have to be forceful. So I support whatever means, as long as it is not always peaceful. It can be any form of confrontation. That's what they need. That's the only language that these people understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're gonna go to Dabirechi was supposed to speak, but go ahead, Dabirechi, and then Biafra and beyond.
Yes. Before that, Dabirechi, you will go on immediately. I just want to let us know. Maybe after you finish speaking, we will have to read this document that our sister put up here, our sister Gloria. So we read it so we can edit what should be edited, and then if it is okay, and then we have to send it and start sharing it, because we need to tag these people that are really part of the problem. Yes, they are not the problem, oh, they are just part of it. So we need to start sharing after we must have finished reading it. So one of us is going to read it. And then if there's nothing to edit, then we start sharing it. If there's something to edit, then we get her attention and then she does the editing. So that is it. We continue. Go ahead.
Good man,
First.
please. Good man, I suggest that you assign people to read it instead of us to read it in public. Let people read it. Let one or two read it, and after which the people will do the necessary correction because I've gone through it. Certainly, we have to do some adjustment.
The
Thank you,
letter is
sir.
okay. The letter is okay, but let another person also read it. I've gone through the letter. The letter is okay. If you want to post it, let her post it. I've already tweeted it. The letter is okay.
In the place we say yesterday, the date should be added. In the
Hold
place
on.
where we said there
Mazugo,
are
hello? Mazugo, they all suggested that we should bring it up and then everybody should go through it and then we know if we have to go with that one or we have to do some editing. So I think one of us should just read it right away. We can still make our submission, but let's just read it so we start sharing before we come down and then we forget it. So let's do it now.
should I go ahead?
Good man. Daberechi is supposed to speak after good man, and then Biafran voice. Well, are we reading the
Yeah,
our
yes, I'm here.
all right, go ahead, Daberechi.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, good man. Thank you, Fanny. Thank you, the first. Thank you, everyone in this space. I just want to thank everyone. Uh, uh, I don't have much to say, but when it comes to issue of our leader Mazen and the Kanu, we must say something because our heart is full of heavy. You know, the anger in our heart is overflowing.
Hello, sorry, Daberechi. Sorry, I'm cutting you. I don't like cutting you, but let's just get some clarity. Akbrawa, are you still here with us? Mazi Akbrawa. Mazi Akbrawa.
Abarawa is not with Mike now.
Yes, no, I need to give me a sign. Akbrawa, if you're still there, give us a sign. Maybe he is still consulting. You know, he always consults. Debrechi, go ahead. We'll continue subsequently when we get him up here. Go ahead.
Maybe if Dabrechi finishes, I will read the letter so that everybody will listen. I think the letter is okay.
That's
I won't
okay.
read anything.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, thank you once again. As I was saying, uh, I just want to listen, but something makes me to, I just, something make me to take the mic. You know, when it comes to our leader, Mazen and the Kano, our heart is full of heavy and, full, as in, I don't know how to put it, but I must tell you that, uh, it, mm, as in, we are very angry about the issue of our leader Mazen and the Khan. There is a time I say this on space. I say that the British knows what happens to Mazen and the Khan. Their hand is what is in what Mazen Nandekalo is passing through today because they know what Mazen Nandekalo stands for. They know why Mazen Nandekalo want to want to get Biafra, as want Biafra people to leave Nigeria. They know what Mazen and Dikalu is fighting for. And that is what they don't want. They don't want Biafra to leave Nigeria because these British people, they understand what Biafra means. They know that once Biafra leave Nigeria, Nigeria is gone. Nobody can talk about Nigeria again. All the focus, everything will be in Biafra. And from there, all the Africa will be liberated because Biafra is going to set an example how it's supposed to be. Then these people calling themselves white people, they will be useless to us because we're not gonna value them the way we value them today. Although I don't value them anymore again, but our people that have not seen the what is happening, our people that have not, you know, they that have not freed themselves from the slavery they are in. Most of our people that went into this election, there some of them are just turning around. They don't even know where they are putting their head. But I don't want to talk about them. All I can say is that the British people knows what happens to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because they know what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for, and that is what they don't want because of what they are getting in Nigeria, what they are getting in Africa. They just don't want Africa to rise up. They want Africa to be as in they want Africa to be seeing them as as the god, as the second god. That's why they are putting Africa in a bondage. Africa is in the bondage. I said it that even when they give this ultimatum to Nigeria government that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu should be released after 6 months, have 6 months not gone? What are they doing today? What are they saying about it? All these killings happening in Biafra land. You know, it is it is time that we start to tell these people a right in their face. These people are the people that are putting us what we are passing through. These British people, these people that call themselves the white, they are the ones suffering us. Look at how Biafra scattered all over the world. Everywhere you go, you must see Biafra suffering, doing work to survive. Like what our brother Justice said before. I was at work that time, but I just want to pick up mic and say thanks to Justice, just the justice and fairness, our brother. You know, there is no other hope we have except Biafra. There is no other hope we have because our future generation, there's nothing. They don't even we. Just take a look at we now in we that is fighting for this freedom. Most of us are around the world, all over the world, fighting because we know what we are passing through here, where we are. We know the insults. We know as in name it. We know what we are passing through. Is this how we are going to continue to the rest of our life? Is this how we want the people that has not gotten married yet? Is it how they will got married tomorrow and their children, their generation will continue to be living the place they claim that is their own? To go out and look for a survivor, to send money home for the people that live back home to survive. Is it how we are going to continue? I will say it again that British people knows what happens to Mazen and Kanu, and that's why they don't want to say anything in all these things happening in Biafra, in the killing and everything. They have seen how the election went through. Even if as that doing anything yet. At the referendum we are talking about, I don't see them giving us referendum. It's we who give ourselves freedom that we want. It's we give ourselves the referendum that we want. When we stop, when we start doing things that will make the world to ask question, why is this people doing this? When we start doing things that will make the world to know that there is people living this part of the world that is angry, that they have been they, as in, how will I put it, is we that can free ourselves. These people don't care. They don't care how we live. All they want is once they can be taking that thing they are taking in Africa, all over the Africa, is about colonize all these people, the colonies, the terrorists, as we call them now. I support we stop calling them the colonies. They are the real terrorists, and that is why they are supporting the Fulanis. That is why they are supporting what is happening in Nigeria today, because they are the masters. They teach them how to do it. These people, they teach them how to do it. There's some of the pictures that I will see where our forefathers are being shared, a handcuff in their hand. They use chain to chain them. Some are being hanged. Who did this to them? Is it not the people that we say that they came to show us civilization? I just want to stop here. It's we free ourselves when we start doing things that will bring attention to the world, to others. These people that we are looking at that will come and give us referendum, they will not do it until we give ourselves the freedom we are looking for. We make them to come and ask, why are you doing this and why are you doing that? These people have been the Nigerian government is working close hand with them, because they are being corrupt. They are the corruption themselves. That is why they are not doing anything in Nigeria government. All the atrocity Nigeria government has been committing in Biafra, doing in our leader Mazen and the Kalu, these people have not saying anything. Why can't us just ask ourselves what is happening? What is happening? These people that we are looking at, what can they give to us? Is there anything good they can give to us? When when the person they claim is their citizen has been locked up over close to 2 years now, they have not doing anything. Our lawyers, Barrister Michael, will go there and come out. We will shout. Our leader health is bad. Our leader is dying silently. What are they doing? What is their statement about our leader Mazen and the Kano? I just want to stop here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, my brother Davinechi. Thank you so much for that wonderful submission. I'm going to read the letter that was written by our sister Gloria, and the letter reads: This is a serious concern and it must be addressed as a matter of urgency. Nnamdi Kanu is dying gradually in DSS custody as his health is deteriorating due to the illegal constantly denying him access to his medical experts. Furthermore, in 2022, the UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention gave their give their notion on the illegal detention of Mr. Kano and give Nigeria government 6 months to release him. However, up till now, he is still
You
being
omitted
held.
something. You omitted something through their working group. Just go.
No, the UN Working Group on the
Oh,
arbitrary
okay.
detention give their notion on the illegal detention of Mr. Kano. I didn't omit anything. and they give Nigeria government 6 months to release him. However, up till now, he is still being held illegally. My question to UN Human Rights at UN: why do you remain silent on Mr. Kano's health condition and illegal detention? According to Mr. Kano's lawyer yesterday, his health has worsened. In addition, Mr. Kano, being the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, is a dual citizen, Britain and during the Biafra genocidal war, meaning that Mr. Kano is not a Nigerian. However, on the 29th of June 2021, Mr. Kano was kidnapped from Kenya by the Nigerian, was extradited. This is where he will correct. It's going to be extraordinary rendition to Nigeria without due process. Extraordinary rendition. Everybody should take. I'm a good man. Take note. I will mark on this place and send it in back to her. Extraordinary rendition to Nigeria without due process. Mr. Kano has and still being detained unlawfully by the State Security Service of Nigeria (DSS) in the solitary confinement where his human right is being violated as he remains in the dungeon illegally. Finally, the continuing detention, illegal detention of Mr. Kano in the DSS dungeon and the continued denying his medical practitioners access to administer treatment may lead to something unimaginable, as we don't want him die in detention, because if that happens, it may lead to unintended consequences. Therefore, we the Biafra hereby call, we the people of Biafra, therefore call, that is the people, that people must be there. We the people of Biafra, therefore, thereby call on Nigerian government to allow Mr. Kano access to his medical experts, and we demand for his immediate release. Hashtag free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is the letter, and thank you so much. Are we still here?
Yes, we are here. We are here. Thank you for reading it. I believe we have underlined the areas that something should be added. I believe. Okay. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'll get back to you.
Okay, good man. This side should be also in the correction. Are we giving back to her to correct it?
Yeah. She can fix it, and then
Okay. The
upload it.
Nigerian government, the place to put
Yes,
hand as
she will.
a sign.
She will touch the areas that needs to be corrected. So she can now, when the correction is now fully made, she can now share it, and we will go ahead to retweet and share.
Hold on, good man. The place sign, and as a sign should be an as a letter, as a word, AND, not the sign. Being detained is BEING, not being now, not being as time.
Okay, noted. Which other place there was noted is extraordinarily rendition, right?
Extraordinary rendition, adding people to Biafra is so sacrosanct.
Extraordinary rendition.
And there is other place we omitted is Mr. Kanu has and is still being detained. After that, and is still being has and he HEX, and he's still being detained unlawfully by the state security agents. Meanwhile, that and again must be. Thank you. That's why I say do the correct. If she's going to dance of that, I appreciate her once more.
Okay, she will do the correction, and then please just text me those areas where those things you point. Just drop it on message here. Just drop it down for me. so we continue. Just help me do that. Drop it down, so we continue. Thank you very much. Elohim
Uh,
bless us.
thank you, everyone
How's
that
it
is.
up now?
Before we move on to Biafra and beyond, the the government in exile of Biafra people have released a statement, and I'm gonna post it on the jumbotron so people can read it. It says, Prime Minister Simon Ekper has called on Nigeria government to immediately allow Mazen Nnamdi Kanu access to his personal medics. This call came after a report came in on his deteriorating health in solitary confinement in an inhumane, degrading treatment.
Sorry. If I can, you please, do you have any means to settle those areas that needs these corrections? Can you do that?
Let me try and see if I can do that.
Okay. All right.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
All right. Thank you. So I posted it on here. People can look at it. That's coming from the office of the Biafra government in exile through our prime minister. Go ahead, Biafra and beyond.
Thank you, Biafrans. Greetings to one and all. Yes, we are dealing with something that is really just even beyond us. When I say beyond us, I mean beyond Biafra. That means we are bringing something to the world. When we say the rising sun, the sun rises and shines on everyone. And that is the same sun that shines on the whole world. And we are the children of the Most High. That means it's we that are the custodians of the world. There are some, we are.
For Aburiako, now waiting they discuss for Aburiako. Now waiting happen we know occur. Let's talk about Aburiako. Now waiting happen for Aburiako. Now waiting they discuss for Aburiako. Now waiting make way no occur. After 54 years in Nigeria, still they shake to break. After 54 years in Nigeria, still they shake to separate. Life's don't go, people don't buy, things don't spoil. Saw the bet, but you could fight the bet, but you could try to stop and slow, but Nigerian government refused. Somewhere for Ghana, them been discussing structuring. There was problem and they agreed to restructure Nigeria. On the 4th and 5th of January 1967, General Gowon Ideja, him accepted the Aburiako. General Ankara Ideja. Colonel Uchuku Idedia, and they accept the Aburiako, and they accept restructuring. But when they come back Nigeria, Nigeria government refused the deal. Them causing problem. Them divide people into three. Them execute genocide on us and them call them war. Yeah, them kill my people plenty. Them call them war. Them kill our mama. Them kill our papa. Them kill our uncle. Them kill our aunt. Them kill small children, yo. Them kill 5 million people, yo. Them kill the people where demand for restructuring, yo. Them other people who were demand for restructuring. After 54 years, them still they kill. Them still they chew. Them still they run. Everybody they run, helter skelter. Everybody they run, headsmen they kill, terrorists to shoot, government to thief. God don't reject Nigeria. Devil don't punish Nigeria. Nigeria government to kill my people for genocide. Our battle situation and understatement. Now everybody that you come out for the matter. As this matter one carry many people go. Let's talk about like this today because nobody talk the truth. Nigeria they like this today because government na lie. Them go use the army shit for church and media go claim the shit. In our curriculum for school, yo, them not teach us our history. Now where we go learn, now how we go learn. When them the can come save us. Nigerian government teaches them. Nigerian government arrest them using media pink and black. Them making Nigerians hate the truth. Now which day where we go wake up? Now which time where we go? Nigerians no one here. Nigerians no one truth. Nigerians no one learn. We dey dance to the government tune. Them they kill us, them they do us. Them deceive us, them confuse us. Hey, they give our land to strangers, yo. Our eyes come open. They give our land to strangers, yo. Nigerians come wake up. Suddenly, yo. Yeah, what don't happen? Nigerians they talking, say they want restructuring. Nah, make it up. Suddenly, you know, and they know. Suddenly, you're waiting. Ojuku son happen. Nigerians they talking, say they want restructuring. Namdi Kalu wake Nigerians, Ekun Ayo. Nigerians they cry. Plenty of my people who want a referendum, them no want restructuring. You say they want restructuring. God don't reject Nigeria. Devil don't punish Nigeria. Nigeria government to keep my people for genocide. I want the situation and understatement. Now everybody that you come out for the matter. As this matter one carry many people go. Let's talk about Aburia Call. Now waiting happen for Aburia Call. Now waiting they discuss for Aburia